Welcome back to another episode of All In with R&B.
What's up, beautiful people?
We gotta figure out our intro.
I
mean, that's a bop. That was a bop. That was great.
I don't know if I stole it from somebody, but I feel like it just come naturally every time I do it.
That was good.
Yeah. Somebody hit us up to make a mix. If you want to be on the All In soundtrack, comment down below. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Today, we are going to be talking about the weight of betrayal.
Oh, gosh.
Does that stir up any feelings, any emotions, any
Yes.
thoughts, any experience?
All
Are you
the things.
triggered?
All the things. All the things. I feel like everybody who has a beating heart has experienced betrayal.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
From the minor to the major.
Yeah. I think before we get into the spiritual context of betrayal, we should run back the psychological aspects of betrayal, right? So I have my notes.
Oh, we love in notes. And also, side note, friend, before you get into that,
Yes.
we show the people our shirts. Because, we are made for more.
Amen.
So if nobody told you that you were made for more, Jesus loves you.
Amen.
And you're made for more. Go ahead. I just had to shout you out. I love that you got these shirts for us.
I'm blushing.
Yeah.
I love when you see me.
Yeah, I love feeling seen. Yes. Go ahead, friend.
We have to run through the psychological aspects of betrayal, right? So as children, we have attachment styles, right? So there's 4 types of attachment styles. You have your secure attachment, your anxious attachment, your avoidant attachment, and your disorganized attachment style, right? So what that entails is the safety that is attached to a caregiver, right?
Yes.
So by science, we already have an attachment to those that are supposed to care for us.
Yes.
Right? And then we're not going to go through all the things of what each attachment style is, but just know as humans, we are connected through attaching ourselves to another, right?
Yes.
So when you are betrayed, there is an attachment disruption. And what that means is that the betrayal violates the emotional bond.
I still hear my phone.
The betrayal violates the emotional bond that you thought was secure, right? Which then leads your brain to see the betrayal as a threat to survival, right? So because that emotional security is dismantled, right? So now we go into the trust violation.
Oh,
right? So you're betrayed.
Yeah.
Trust has been violated. And the trust isn't just about the action, it's about the foundation to the emotional safety. So you ever know a healthy married couple and they call each other home? What does home signify?
Safety.
Safety. Yeah. Right? So if I am calling you home and I'm pouring into you, you're pouring into me, you're a safe landing for me.
Yeah.
Once I'm betrayed, that then is cut off.
Yeah.
It's no longer home.
Now I'm homeless.
Ooh. You're homeless. Put it on a shirt.
Because I don't have a safe space.
You do not have a safe space. You aren't seen.
I'm not
right?
seen.
So thus, once broken, it now triggers this hypervigilance. Now you're just constantly observing, right? You're constantly trying to navigate what's the person's next step. You're becoming a mind reader. You're becoming a fortune teller. Very unhealthy, right?
PTSD-ish.
For sure. Then that leads us to the loss of safety. You're homeless. So you are fragile.
Yeah.
You are, what's that word I'm looking for? Not violated, vulnerable.
Yes.
There's fragility?
No.
Okay. You're fragile.
You're
and
fragile.
vulnerable.
I mean, who said we were English majors?
Right? No.
Yeah, we passed.
So then your nervous system is constantly in the state of awareness, right? There's no peace.
Yeah.
So I'm betrayed. My trust is violated. There's no safety, right? And then lastly, your identity is impacted. And this is just something I made up. I don't know how far science goes.
No, but I that's great.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I feel like people look at betrayal as just, well, I just did this, I just did that. It's not that big layer. But there's so much things that come along with it.
Yeah, and you don't realize the impact of your betrayal to the other person. So you just know I committed an offense, but you don't know how I have now internalized this offense, right? So when your identity is impacted, it alters the way you view yourself in that relationship and all relationships moving forward. Right now, you have this attachment wound from the betrayal.
Because now I behave a little different.
There you go.
You know, now I have a little walls up because I don't trust.
Yeah, that hypervigilance, right? Yes, yes. So I do have a question for you, my friend.
Oh, gosh.
Have you ever felt like betrayal changed the way you see yourself? Not just the way you saw the person.
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Because for me personally, I feel like I always put my best foot forward and I give people the benefit of the doubt. So then when I feel betrayed after giving so much grace, because grace was extended to myself. So let's use an example for a past romantic relationship, right? So you put yourself in a romantic relationship and you trust a person, you guys are talking, you're like, this person is forever. They will never hurt me. I've been so vulnerable. I've shared this. They've shared that. And then something happens and they decide to step out. Now it's like, did I not put my best foot forward? Did I not?
That identity is
because now I'm concerned because you went out to find elsewhere. So instantly the impact is I'm not good enough for you to stay, or I'm not good enough for you at least to have a conversation with that you were unhappy. You know, so now it's just like, did he not feel like I was a safe space? Did he not feel like he could confide in me? Did he not feel like he could tell me the truth? You go through all of these things, but it's like, you know, you are who you are. And then situations make you look at yourself differently, like you weren't who you are, when in fact it wasn't you. It was the other person
dealing with their own insecurities, dealing with their own sense of identity. You know, I'm not saying that adulterers, cheaters,
come on, synonyms,
but I'm not
scallywags,
bags.
Lord, Jezebels,
this is a
You got all the synonyms. What we want to use today?
This is a Christian podcast, but I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that their act should be forgiven because it stemmed from an insecure place. What I am saying is, in order to navigate a betrayal, there is a piece of, there is a dynamic before the betrayal occurs.
Yes.
Again, I'm not saying, I want to be frank, I'm not saying that you played a role into the person cheating.
Correct.
I am saying you played a role into staying.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's right on target with today's society. I feel like today a lot of women feel like all men cheat if we're just doing it one direction. A lot of men feel like a lot of women cheat. And then it's like, well, if I can't find better out there, then I might as well extend the grace here because at least I know this betrayal. I'm familiar with this kind of betrayal. Like, because then you'd be like, well, now I know if he's out till 2, then he's probably doing this. Or now I know, because now you start plotting and scheming. And like you said, that PTSD that goes through those layers of now you're like, well, I'd rather deal with this betrayal than fully go out and trust somebody else to then again get hurt.
Yeah, but my love, the example you gave about being homeless, it's grounding, it's so impactful because once the betrayal occurs, the emotional safety, it's been burned. Like you said, you're homeless. So what am I really trying to navigate by staying here? Why am I not seeking to move elsewhere, right? Why am I trying to go back into a home that's already been burned?
Besides the comfortability aspect of it, because like I was saying, you rather know an enemy than go to a new one. I also think it's also the self-worth aspect. Maybe you feel like you might not deserve, maybe this is what you're deserving of. Mm-hmm. So you might stay because nobody ever told you that you deserve more.
Your identity, right?
Nobody ever told you that you was made for more. Ephesians 2:10. So you stay in these situations and you give grace because you don't know that God has more for you. You don't know that there's more in yourself. Yeah. And then you don't know how it's going to look like in the unknown. Yeah. I feel like people stay because they don't know the unknown.
And the unknown is a very scary territory to navigate.
Yeah.
I think from a psychological standpoint, there is an emotional investment into that relationship. Yeah. Right? So because I have created a home within this person, I now have a duty to see it through.
Yeah. I wasted all this time and energy.
Yeah.
All these ups and downs and trials. I wasted all my youth here. Yeah. And now you think I'm going to go out and try to start it with somebody else. Yeah. Oh, no. This is mine.
Yeah, because even when the harm is clear, the idea of the person remains. Mm-hmm. So now I'm battling between the idea versus the reality.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm putting myself in the cycle of hope and hurt. Mm-hmm. It's a constant battle. Now, like to your point, there's an aspect of self-blame.
Yeah.
Right? I'm feeling, because I'm blaming myself, I have to see this through. Yeah. So my self-blame is now fueling reconciliation.
Yes.
Right? Because
it must have been me.
Yeah.
He must have been unhappy here.
Right. But then get this. Ego plays a role too. Your ego is telling you yo, can you imagine? I have to sit there and accept the reality of this situation.
Yeah.
My ego is resisting the truth.
Yeah.
My ego cannot handle the truth because I have created a falsehood of this individual.
Yes.
Right? And now you're telling me what I created in my head, what you're telling me, the life that I planned out for myself, Lord, that's not what it is.
I already posted us on Instagram, and now you're telling me I have to go take him down.
My Facebook,
show people that we broke up.
My Facebook relationship, it says we Facebook official.
We've been everybody's relationship goals for the past 3 years. I'm not, yeah.
Are you kidding
How
me?
dare they see me cry and see that I was the one that got cheated on?
Yeah. And then when you have to admit that you were deceived or that your judgment about someone was off, can we talk about the embarrassment? And I'm not talking about the public embarrassment. I'm talking about that internal humiliation that we don't. When we're trying to navigate it on our own, we do not know how.
Yeah. Maybe we don't say it enough. It is embarrassing.
Yeah. It's humiliating.
Being betrayed is embarrassing.
Ooh.
And
it even hurts to hear you say it like,
yeah. I know.
Yeah.
So how do we bring this? Because we know a big OG. We know a big OG that went through a big betrayal that's known from sea to shining sea. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And he goes by the name of Jesus, and his op goes by the name of Judas.
Ooh, and Peter.
And Peter.
2 for 2.
Yeah. People don't like to give him that title, but
you can't name one without naming the other.
Yeah. Same action.
Yeah. But same action, but different redemption. Well, no, same action, but only one was redeemed.
Yes.
So can you tell the people the difference between a Judas betrayal versus a Peter betrayal?
Well, just in looking at the new Gospels, Judas had, which a lot of Israelites had at that time, an idea of what their Messiah was going to look like. They wanted them to destroy the Romans, take over, and Israel all reigned high. But when Jesus came, he's like, I'm not about that life. Judas was like, well, you need to get about that life.
Yeah.
So it's just like he wasn't trying to. So then when he ended up going to betray Jesus and telling the guards, it was very self-centered. Because
calculated.
Because he's like, yes. And then it's funny because in Luke 22, it talks about the betrayal of both Peter and Jesus. So refer to Peter and Judas, Lord.
That's the enemy right there.
Yeah. Holy Spirit, listen. Your boys sound like you. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I'm talking about is in Luke 22 for both of them. But it even said that Judas came up to Jesus and gave him a kiss, signifying that he was the one that was supposed to be taken.
Yeah.
And how crazy is that, like, the people that we lay with and we kiss end up being the people that
your enemy
portray us the most deliberately.
Yeah.
End up being the one that can lay next to you and kiss you, but then still roll over and text somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that betrayal is something that,
and it's clear it can't be redeemed because it was calculated. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like you stabbed me in the back, and just think of the imagery of someone stabbing. Like, think of how personal that knife and the skin is, the wound that is created. You intentionally stabbed me in the back.
It's very inconsiderate of the other person.
Yeah.
And then it wonders if they even really cared about you in the first place.
Yeah.
And then I know Peter's one of your favorite characters. Disciples.
Not characters.
Let me tell you, because the Bible is really a juicy story, a collection of juicy stories. So
the Bible has tea.
Peter,
sure.
Simon, he's up there. He's one of the mains.
I love him.
What do you think about his betrayal compared to Judas' betrayal?
I have a soft spot for Peter, and I'm not taking away from the act, but I can empathize with Peter. And I can give, and although we should be giving a Judas betrayal more grace than we give a Peter betrayal, I empathize so much with Peter because his action was out of impulsivity and fear.
Yeah.
Right? Peter self-sabotaged. We are all victim to self-sabotaging tactics. We don't mean to.
Yeah.
We don't want to. But when you live in scarcity, when you are trying to adapt to the unknown, what do? You go back to what's familiar.
Yeah.
Peter had such an insecurity based off life circumstances. His external factors, but the way I view Peter's external factors, I think they've contributed to his insecurities. Because can I fulfill this obligation?
Yeah.
I got a shorty back home. Right? I got a brother. I have these people relying on me, and I can't accept defeat.
Yeah.
I have to see these things through, right?
Yeah.
How many times did Jesus have to tell Peter, don't look down? How many times did Jesus have to tell Peter, trust me?
Yeah.
How many times does God have to tell us, trust me?
Yeah.
And we fall back into what's our patterns, what's safe.
Even though our heart tells us completely different.
Yeah.
Because even in Luke 22, verse 33, Peter said, Lord, I am ready to go to prison with you. I'm even ready to die with you. Yeah. Like, his heart was like, I am ride or die with you. It's you and me until the end. Yeah. But then when the situation comes out, it's kind of like, this is where your true heart is. Or maybe this is testing your faith.
Yeah. And I disagree high key with where your true heart is. Okay, now that I say Lola, I see what you're saying, right? Like, your heart posture is still towards fear.
Correct.
It's not towards me and fully surrendering and trusting me. Yeah.
Correct.
Because I do believe Peter loved Jesus.
For sure. Because it even says, again in Luke 22, that when after he denied him 3 times and he heard the rooster crow, he instantly had the recollection of what Jesus had said and went away weeping. Yeah. He was so distraught that he betrayed the one that he said that he would die with, go to prison for, was riding through
intentions.
And he was just so distraught by it. So, yes, I think his heart was with Jesus, but it also was able to bring to the surface the fear that he had in walking with somebody at that time that everybody kind of hated.
Yeah, that's why for me I have such a soft spot for Peter, because the act was harmful, but it wasn't intentional.
Yeah,
right. It just goes back to it wasn't intentional, and his act was more damaging to himself as opposed to Jesus. Jesus was already gone.
Yeah.
Right? Like, anything that Peter did in that moment, it was behind his back.
Yeah.
So Peter denying him wasn't harmful to Jesus. I believe.
The Bible boppers.
I believe.
Don't come for my sis.
That his action, Peter's action, was not harmful to Jesus. It was harmful to himself. Because can you imagine you say out of your mouth you love someone and then you deny them? Yeah. Can you imagine the internal battle that you have to go through? Yes. Like, I'm a liar. Yes. I'm fake. Yes. Like, you had to say these things out loud. Yeah. I'm not whole.
All those emotions hit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so good.
And that's why his act is redeemable. So right? Good. Because there wasn't a malice intent. There was just scarcity. Yeah. And this is what Peter is the perfect example of what happens when we don't fully surrender.
Yeah. Or use our discernment. Yeah. And then you know what? One more thing when it comes to Judas. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes we need to stop looking at betrayal as if it only happened to us.
What do you mean?
As if I'm the only one that got, but the victim role as far as betrayal, because a lot of the times betrayal helps you get to the path that God sent you on. Because we forget that Judas, in betraying Jesus, that was part of his role. That was helping Jesus fulfill his assignment in getting crucified. Yeah. So the betrayal was a part of the story. It needed to happen in order for the fulfillment to be
100%
proclaimed, right? So 100%. I say that to say, and I'm going to use me for myself as an example, and I'm sure there's other people out there that can relate. Sometimes the betrayal that you go through in families, in friendships, in romantic relationships are there to, once you accomplish the healing portion, because that's a good part, which I think we're going to get into, it's all to fulfill a bigger assignment.
100%.
And I think once we accept that, once we get the ego out of the way, like you said, once we get the embarrassment out of the way and the self-battle, we can really see that God placed this here for me, not against me.
Yeah, it didn't
and
happen.
This is what I'm going to.
It didn't happen for me. It happened to me.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. We here. Yeah, it is unfortunate, because sometimes we feel like, well, why did I have to go through this, or I didn't deserve this, or like I could have learned a different way. But sometimes that is the only way that you can learn.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say, friend, is betrayal is not the end of the story.
Betrayal is not the end of the story.
Betrayal is not the end of the story. Yeah. It's just a painful revelation.
It's just a chapter of your story.
Facts. But it's a painful revelation.
It is. It is a tough chapter to go through. It's a tough chapter to go through. But once you come out on the other side, the discernment that you get with the proper healing is going to be, you're going to be like, wow, you know what? I really do. You know what? They did betray me, but if they didn't do that, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. And it also shatters the illusion of what you thought the person was. Yeah. And can we talk about how sometimes we put people in such a pedestal that they could do no wrong, that when they actually do wrong, you can't grasp it. Yeah. You cannot fathom that this person is human and they made a choice. Yeah. Right? Infidelity, like you said, it's not a mistake. It's a choice. Yes. And all humans make a choice. Yeah. The same way you might have. Ooh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the same way you might have made the choice to stay.
Yeah. I definitely made the choice to stay.
Because there was comfort in that.
There was comfort. There was lack of identity. Yeah. There was insecurity. Yeah. Like at one point, because we're going to be honest with the people now. Go ahead. At one point, I felt like because I started to see the kind of girls, because now you go in investigation mode. It's like, who are you cheating on me with? What do they look like? Like, are they not like me? So now I'm like, okay, all their booties is big. Do I need to start getting back in the gym? Do I need to start eating more? Now I'm walking down the street just looking at cheeks. I'm just looking at cheeks because I'm so insecure about mine. I'm just looking at other people's cheeks. You know what I'm saying? It literally alters your mind and the way that you think about yourself and the way that you feel about yourself. So I definitely think.
And then, friend, just think about how unhappy you are when you stay, how unhappy you were when you stayed without grace and you stayed because of self. Right? Like, think about the woman that you became. I know my friend. She was never insecure. Yeah. In college, if you know, you know, right? Yeah. Cheerleader, all the things.
Shout out to LaSalle University.
So you were never insecure, and now you're in a relationship that has created this insecurity within you. Yeah. But the same person that broke you can't fix you.
No.
And you leaned on him to fix you. And that, again, it's right back to putting this person at a hello, English. It's right back to putting the person on a pedestal that they, one, they don't deserve to be, and two, they can't maintain that position. Yeah. Because I'm only going to continue to mess up. Yeah.
And that's, can you say that one more time, friend? The person that hurt you.
Oh, the person that broke you cannot fix you.
Because you know what? Yeah. Because my girlies be like, but maybe if he just, or only if he just, like, okay, I know he did, but,
no. It's comforting at the time, right? Because if we go back to that attachment style, like, this is the person that I was securely or anxiously attached to. This is the person that my nervous system was laxed with them, right? Like, I have to stay. Like, who am I outside of this person? Yeah. And I get it. I'm not saying that there is, again, betrayal equals redemption. Whether it's a Peter redemption. I'm looking at this like it's that. Whether it's a Peter redemption. Yeah. Or it's a self-redemption. Yeah. Right? Let's go back to Genesis. Yes. Joseph. Mm-hmm. I have it written. Because I was going to say it off the dome, but no, it's right here. God weaves betrayal into his plan, right? Mm-hmm. Joseph told his brothers in Genesis 50, chapter 50, verse 20, you intended to harm me, but God. Can I tell you how much I just love but God?
That needs to be a t-shirt.
Like, that's it, but God.
But God.
That's it.
I can think of a list of things.
But God. Yes. Sorry, guys. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Mm-hmm. So part of Joseph, and if you don't know, go read Genesis, but part of Joseph.
Top the stories in the Bible.
But part of Joseph's redemption story is, to your point, his brothers had to betray him. Mm-hmm. Right. And I attach Joseph's brothers to Peter. Yeah. Right. It stemmed from insecurity. It stemmed from jealousy. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, how could our father love this little brother more than he loves us? Mm-hmm. We have to get rid of him so our father can love us. Attachment wound. Yeah. Right. Because I wasn't secure in this family's foundation. So I have to get rid of you, as opposed to looking at that transgenerational trauma. Yeah. And this is why when you pray, you have to pray over your lineage. Yeah. Right? Because what's his name? Jacob? Jacob wasn't innocent. No. He wasn't the father of the year. No. He did a lot of his dirt. Right?
My man was wrestling with the Lord in the woods.
He was outside.
He was
right, but yes. Because of the type of father he was, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's always an air quality alert in New York. I feel like we shouldn't be breathing the air.
I'm telling you that
he's been trying to get today in this episode.
What was I saying, friend? Point is, Jacob created some insecurities within his son, which, again, patterns, right? So back to what I'm tying into what I'm saying. Sometimes people do things. Sometimes people betray us. Sometimes people hurt us because of the patterns that they have. Yes. Because of the experience that created patterns within them, right? And that, how did we get here? Oh, yeah. Redemption. Yes. So the hurt that we go through can always be a redemption story. Yes. Either it's a Peter redemption or it's a redemption of self.
Yes. And it's also using wisdom to know how you were betrayed and how to move forward. Yeah. Because sometimes just forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you stay. It means that you're trying to do better for yourself. So how could somebody... Oh, there's so many different
I feel forms. Like you had a question for me. I'm cool with you forgetting the question. But the spirit told me to ask you. Yeah.
Let me see what I want to ask you. I do have a question. But how do people know? Just say, like, I'm not a Bible reader. Yeah. I don't really know Judas and Peter too well. I heard Judas once or twice. Yeah. And how would I take the time to sit back to see, like, what kind of betrayal was done to me? Like, if my betrayal was redeemed, if the betrayal that was done to me is redeemable, or it's forgivable, but I decide to go my separate way.
Before I can look at the we, I need to look at the me.
Yeah.
Right? I need to understand myself. I need to understand what the act did to me before I can determine what it was. Because if I don't understand my self-worth, if I don't understand my values, if I don't understand my systems, you can think that somebody did a Peter betrayal and whole time it was a Judas betrayal because you lack that inner trust, you lack self-worth, you lack discernment. Right? So before I can even start attacking and saying, oh, you did this to me, I need to figure out, all right, what does my body tells me about this? How am I feeling hearing this? Right? And now I can determine, okay, it's 2 + 2, 4. Right? Are you telling me like, yo, I just slipped up and fell in some...
I'm going to say it also listen to the response. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the action of how the betrayal
You said it.
Went.
You said it. As soon as the act was committed, Peter wept.
Yes.
Right? So Peter wanted to change.
It was automatic repentance.
Peter wanted to change.
Yes.
And the person who betrayed you wanting to change, they're going to do the work.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell them what to do. You don't have to tell them how to get in your good graces. You don't have to tell the person nothing. You just observe the action. Because again, if the person wants to change, they will show you.
The betrayal,
the betrayal was an act. The redemption needs to be an act.
Correct.
Joseph father, Joseph brothers.
Yes.
They were on their knees, begging for mercy, apologizing. Joseph didn't say, hey, bow to me. Tell me you're sorry.
No.
As a matter of fact, they didn't even know it was Joseph that was in their presence. Right? So you don't have to become what they did to you. Because that's another thing. People stay for payback.
Right.
I got to get my lick back. It's not worth it.
Because
that's not you.
No.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Right? So
that
it's observing the action.
Yeah. It's observing the action. Because Judas wasn't repentful.
Not at all.
He was like, this is what Jesus deserves. Peter was repentful.
Yeah.
And I think that goes with how sorry, like you said, you know what? Because, we dropping gems. Sneaking them in.
Yeah.
The betrayal was an act. The redemption has to be an act. It's not enough to say,
Peter wept.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I won't do it again.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
It's less about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going through physical action. So now I need physical action in return.
Yeah.
And there's not a time limit on when that physical action takes place. It's not a time limit on when I should get over the betrayal. Because it may open a door or so many layers to me that I didn't even realize within myself.
Yeah.
So if you expect somebody to have grace for your betrayal, then you need to have grace for their healing.
Yeah.
And their healing is not on your timeline. Their healing is when they are ready to be healed.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm even thinking about the babble that when somebody does something, the nonsense, and it is nonsense, right? Because when you commit the act, now your nervous system is all out of whack, right? When you were doing it, it was great. But then now you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. You're trying to say anything that you can say to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
So I could tell you anything, but the action will show me, right? The action will show you that it's not babble, right? Like I'm repenting. I want to be redeemed. I want our story to be redeemed.
Or even if outside of romantic, even familiar relationships.
For sure.
Like if your parent wasn't there, if you grew up without a dad or a mother and they're trying to come back into your life, it's all about the action. It's not enough to be like, oh, I missed you and I want to see you again. It's like, how much are you putting as that person who betrayed you, putting in that effort to come, to make you feel safe again, like you said, to build that home again. So it doesn't have to be always about romantic, but in friendships and familiar relationships, how willing is that person to make the security that you have for them secure again? And that could take time.
And I want to leave the people. Well, I don't want to leave the people, but
we don't want to leave y'all.
Yeah, the thought that came to me is there is this emphasis on me over we, right? Because if you don't understand self, if you are not aware of your patterns, you trigger something within that person, and that person will constantly trigger something in you. That's the dynamic, right? I bring out something, you bring forth something, whether you say transactional, whether you say dynamic, like that's just our dance. Yeah. So if I don't know myself, if I'm not built on Christ, then I'm just going to constantly find myself in the same patterns. Yeah, same cycle. So you have to, once you've been betrayed, I guess we'll go into part 2. This deserves a part 2.
This definitely is in a part 2.
We'll do a part 2. We don't know if it's going to come out next episode, but we'll definitely do
a part 2 because I feel like maybe some men feel left out about being betrayed, and I think there's so much family betrayal that we can really get into, or in friendship as well.
So our reflective challenge for you guys is to navigate a betrayal, right? Think about a betrayal and wonder and ask yourself, was this a Peter betrayal or was this a Judas betrayal? And then follow up with, what did God reveal to you, or what is God trying to reveal to you about said betrayal?
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Feel like you gotta get some tears to the paper. But it'll be true. Yeah. You know, like you said, writing down all these emotions come when you feel betrayed, and writing it down, you know, so just prepare yourself for that emotion to come along with it. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
For sure.
What is our R&B moment?
Real and bold. What's the other ones we came up with?
Righteous, beautiful.
That was fire. That was
like
good.
That
was good.
I like that. I looked at you and I said, beautiful.
I feel so seen. You on a roll. Wow.
You are loved.
Wow. Thank you, friend.
What is your R&B moment for today?
But you're just as pretty. This guy's a hater. And that's why we didn't say Steph needs a raise in today's episode.
Yeah. Steph's been hating on us all day this episode. So if you guys really like him, you can put it in a hashtag. But you know.
Yeah. Anyways, my R&B moment, I actually it took some time for me to consider, because like I asked you guys to challenge yourself with those questions, I had to challenge myself, right? And navigate what Peter betrayals have I.
Wow. That is part 2. How would that just correlate just now? Wow. R&B moment. We need, like, you know what, guys? This was fantastic.
That was not intentional.
That was great. We'll explain this
at
a later time. Yes, that was great.
Anyways, I had to navigate the betrayal that I experienced.
They're so confused.
Stay tuned, okay?
Just stay tuned. Just subscribe and just laugh and just act like you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You learn what's going on next episode. Yeah.
Yes. Well, not next episode, but whatever we
drop part 2
to run this back. Yeah. Anyways, I had to navigate the betrayals that I've experienced. Were they Judas betrayals or were they Peter betrayals?
Yes.
And the harsh truth is that I did experience some Judas betrayals and even some Peter betrayals. Yeah. That. Anyways,
go ahead, Fred.
What comes to mind is that a Judas betrayal is necessary for my redemption.
Yes.
And a Peter betrayal is necessary for my sovereignty.
Ooh.
Right? Because if I can't forgive a Peter betrayal, right? Because sometimes we don't even care. As humans that are naturally selfish, we don't even care that you were functioning out of patterns.
Yeah.
You still hurt me.
Yeah.
The offense is what I care about. I don't care to extend the grace for you, but not extending that grace, it keeps you from getting into the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because God calls us to love one another as he loves us.
And forgive.
Right? And forgive. So both betrayals are equally important. One is just harder to forgive, but it can be done.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
Yeah.
What about you, friend?
That was good.
That's good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that took over my R&B moment, to be honest with you.
Oh, I spoke with both of us?
Yeah. I have a Judas betrayal and I've had some Peter betrayals.
Yeah.
And I've grown in both situations.
Yeah. You have.
And I've grown differently in both situations, girl.
I'm so proud of you.
You know,
my Proverbs 31 woman.
You know, the Lord is faithful.
Hallelujah.
So we thank you guys so much for tuning into this long-winded episode.
Yeah,
but informative nonetheless. Yeah.
So, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.